All right, let's dive in. Today, we're taking a trip to Thun, Switzerland, to explore a landmark that has literally stood watch for centuries. It's a true fortress against the tides of time. We're going to step inside the incredible Thun Castle. So here's the big question, right? What does it actually take for a castle to survive for 800 years? I mean, think about that. It seems straightforward. But the answer is this really cool mix of brute strength, clever strategy, and, this is the key part, an amazing ability to adapt. So come on, we're going to uncover exactly how Thun Castle pulled it off by exploring its grounds, its walls, and its incredible history. Okay, so our story starts right here. Picture this, a massive rocky outcrop looking out over the gorgeous Lake Thun. Now, you know a spot like this wasn't chosen by accident, right? It was the perfect place to build a fortress that could basically command the entire region.
So the castle's story really unfolds over hundreds of years. It all kicked off back in the 12th century, starting as a pretty modest keep. But then, you fast forward to the 14th century, and that's when the powerful lords of Thun really went to work, turning it into the beast of a fortress we see today. And then, there was this huge shift in the late 19th century. People realized, hey, this isn't just a fortress anymore, it's a piece of history we need to save. And that sparked this massive restoration project that's, believe it or not, still going on.
All right, so let's start where any attacker would have to, from the outside. To really get why this castle lasted so long, you've got to appreciate its exterior. It's basically a masterclass in medieval defense, built to survive pretty much any siege you could throw at it. I mean, just look at this design. You got these massive stone walls just shooting up from the ground. The towers, they're placed in the absolute perfect spots for archers. The battlements up top gave soldiers a safe place to fight from. And when you throw in moats and reinforced bastions, well, you've got a building where every single piece was designed for one thing and one thing only: defense. And just to give you an idea of the scale we're talking about, the castle stands about 50 meters tall. That's roughly 164 feet. Now, back in the day, with just ladders and catapults, that crazy height wasn't just scary to look at, it was a nearly impossible obstacle to overcome.
And it's not just tall, it's also huge. The whole complex spreads out over 10 hectares. That's about 25 acres. So you see, this wasn't just a single building. It was this massive, self-contained defensive compound.
But, a fortress is more than just stone and mortar. It's about the life happening inside. So let's head inside the walls, because I think you'll be surprised to find a whole world of culture and honestly unexpected beauty hiding behind that tough exterior. So one of the biggest treasures inside today is the Castle Museum. Now, this isn't some huge, grand national museum. It's much more intimate than that. It's a collection that's all about the local history and culture of the Thurn region itself. This is really where the castle's story connects with the stories of the everyday people who lived right here for generations. And then, tucked away inside all these heavy defensive walls is something you would totally not expect: a gorgeous, landscaped garden. It's just this peaceful little oasis filled with all kinds of plants and trees. It creates this amazing contrast, right? A moment of pure calm right in the middle of all this stern military stone. Okay, so we've explored the outside and we've explored the inside, but we are not done yet. We haven't reached the best part of our tour. For that, well, we're going to have to do some climbing, because the view from the very top is the ultimate reward. Look, the museum is awesome, and the garden is beautiful, for sure. But the real prize, the thing that is absolutely going to take your breath away, that's waiting for us at the very top of the castle's highest tower. And here it is. This is what it's all about. Just absolutely stunning panoramic views of Lake Thun and the Swiss Alps all around you. From this one spot, you get it. You understand exactly why they built the castle right here. It's a view that's both strategically brilliant and, just unbelievably beautiful. So, let's circle back. How did this place survive for 800 years? Well, the secret isn't just about being strong. It's about its ability to change. So let's talk about its legacy and how it went from being a fortress to the living, breathing landmark it is today. This right here is the castle's incredible transformation. What was once a private home for nobles is now a public cultural landmark. A military fortress became a museum. A symbol of power became a place people from all over the world love to visit. And that, right there, is the secret to its survival. It found a new reason to exist in a new era. And, keeping that new purpose alive takes a lot of work. It's so important to remember this isn't some crumbling ruin. Oh no, it is a meticulously cared for landmark. That restoration work that started way back in the 19th century, it's still happening today. It's a real commitment to making sure this piece of history sticks around for future generations.
It really is a place that just begs you to experience its history for yourself. I mean, you can take a guided tour to hear all the deep stories, you can make that climb to the top for the view, which you absolutely should, or you can just take a walk by the lake and see how it dominates the landscape. It's one of those landmarks that really leaves an impression on everyone who sees it.
And all of that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. These walls, they've been a silent witness to 800 years of history. Think about it. Lords and ladies, soldiers and sieges, and now, us, tourists and historians. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What stories will these same walls tell in another 800 years? And what will this incredible place have become by then?